Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today in Godforge, as of the recording of this video, yesterday was the first full week of beta. We got one more week left to go. I've been having a really good time in the game, so what I wanted to do is just share my 7-day account progression and also share some additional thoughts that I have about the game and my time spent in the game. It's going to be a fun conversation, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. All right, before I jump into this, just really quick, I did put a review out on this game. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll put a link up to it right over here, but go ahead, check it out. I'm going to be talking about a few other things, a few other thoughts that I have about the game as well. Over this last week, like I said, as of the recording of this video, yesterday was the first full week. I've made some pretty good progress, so I wanted to share that, as well as some additional thoughts about the game, what's coming up, the community, things like that. First and foremost, as you can see, I'm level 41. Over the last week. My progress in the campaign and in the dungeons, campaign right here, you can see I unlocked adventure. You unlock that once you complete campaign. Let me go ahead and pop over there real quick. As you can see, 30 of 30 stars here. I have been working through all of that. I got most of that done. It's just these last 3 realms here that I need to go ahead and complete. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that over this next week. I'm going to work a little bit on the adventure here. What I really want to do is focus on the dungeons right now. So dungeons, as you can see, I'm stage 7 on most of them. So I'm going to continue to work through this over the next week, continue to push them and see how far I can get with the different teams that I've been able to build. So with that, let me go ahead and talk to you about my my quests over here. In the quests, I've been able to complete every daily. The weeklies, I've been able to complete as well. The weeklies are pretty easy, actually, to get done. I even completed the monthly last week. So waiting for that to reset here in, 5 days? So I'll be able to get some more rewards through that. And as far as the missions here go, I have been able to, it's actually chapter 2 here. I did stop, no, chapter 3. I did stop pushing too hard on this only because there's some progress that we're not going to be able to hit. Like, I think this one here. Wait, no. Maybe they updated it, actually. No, so that's pretty cool. I'll have to keep pushing here again because there was a mission that you could not beat. So I stopped on it. So I'm going to have to go back, start working on some of these. Still can't collect this thing right here. But I want to see how far I can get with this. So that's going to be a focus of mine as well. So overall, over the last week, having a great time with the game. I think I've made some pretty good progress with it. One thing that I've noticed, too, just paying attention, not just in the game, but also outside of the game over the last week, and also leading up to the game. I've known about this, but I think one thing that is rare to find with developers is the amount of interaction that we've seen from Simon and the devs and from the community managers, just the amount of interaction they have with the community, answering questions, popping onto videos, popping onto streams, leaving comments, things like that. Really listening to what the community has to say about their game. And I'll tell you, I mean, I can't imagine the amount of courage it takes to put something together like that and put it out there and have everybody judge what it is you've been working on. I mean, I get a little bit of it because, you know, with videos I put out there and you know, sometimes the videos go well, sometimes they don't. But from the developers and the community managers, the interaction with the community has been absolutely great. Even if there are systems in a game that I'm not really a huge fan of, like one of them I'll point out. In this one, not a huge fan of the food mechanic, haven't been for a very long time, but there's some things that are happening in the background that we may be able to, that we may see at Global or something like that. I don't know what the timing of it is, but they've talked about making that mechanic a little bit more quality of life friendly, right? A little more efficient. The reason why I know that is because of the interaction that they have with the community. So I think that's great. So even if there's things in games that I'm not really a huge fan of, a couple things that always bring me back to the game. Number one, I like these kind of games, so the fact that I like them brings me back. Number two, the community and the developers always 100% will bring me back. And I will even play a game longer than I really want to if the community is awesome and the developers are really engaged. And that's what I'm seeing here. We have an amazing community of people, of players and content creators. We have amazing developers that keep us updated on what's going on with the game. They've got a ton of content out about the game as well. So that has been absolutely great to see also. Couple things that I've really enjoyed about this. Number one, the pacing. Like I said, I think the progress has been good. The pacing here has been great. I haven't really run into too many walls that like set me back for days. It's like I'd hit a wall, go work on my teams a little bit, go do a little bit of farming, come back, and I'd be able to bust through that wall. So that has been pretty good. So I really like the pacing. I like the challenge that we have of the 3-star nodes, of going back, because each one of those nodes has different requirements, right? So you have to build different team champs. And I like that because it helps you not only in the beginning of the game are you kind of keeping your roster narrow, but as you continue to build through the campaign, work through the campaign in the different game modes, you're widening your roster a little bit because you need to do that in order to 3-star these different nodes. And I like that. I like that challenge. The replayability of going back and battling those so I can maximize the rewards that I have. I really enjoyed that. And I think the thing that has impressed me the most is this imprint system. I mentioned it in that review I was talking about. This imprint system, I feel is just really unique. I don't think I've seen it in another game before, but being able to take passives from Rares or Higher, being able to take those passives, export them, being able to imprint them onto a weapon that matches that. I mean, just figuring out the different synergies there, I think is going to be awesome and fun, but then also putting that weapon to the right hero to maximize the effectiveness of that weapon and of that imprint, and giving your heroes a second passive. That's just really cool. And it adds another layer strategically when you're building your teams. It's been really cool. It's been impressive, and I can't wait to experiment with it a little bit more. Right now, I know it's kind of hard because you can't swap imprints out. I know that they're working on something in the background. Again, that's the engagement they have with the community, where you could remove imprints. It's going to cost, but I think having that kind of system is just going to help encourage experimenting a little bit, but also knowing that with experimentation comes a little bit of a cost. But I think being able to test that out a little bit, I think is going to be pretty cool. All right, let's jump into my roster here really quick. So here is where I am right now with the characters that I have. I've been really focusing on my main team, which is Perrin. He's the one and only legendary that I have. And actually, he's been pretty good. I really like in his kit, he's got the ability to reduce turn meter. He does some pretty good damage as well. He's helped me complete the campaign, so can't really complain too much about him. I do like his design also. So he's been pretty cool. Also, Guan Yu, he's my starter character. I do not regret it. I took him because I heard he was great as far as boss damage. And since there's a lot of boss farming in this game, I figured it was a pretty good way to go. Since then, I have unlocked Ramses. Haven't messed around with him too much. I am testing him out a little bit. And then I do have the third starter as well here, Lady Zoc. Haven't really done much with her, but going to test her out a little bit as well. So I've got all 3 starters to play around with and test. Brynhild has been pretty cool. I really like, if we take a look, her passives here. When an ally HP falls below 50%, they get a shield. She also casts, let me see, get this up. We got defense up. We've got intercept here as well. She removes disables. She gets radiance up. That radiance up here reduces damage, decreases damage received by 20%, and reflects the decreased damage back to the attacker. So putting that on your team has been pretty good. I've had her since pretty early on. I did stop at the 4-star. As you can see, I do have 2 6-stars. It took a little time to get what I needed for that, but I have been able to get 2 6-stars in the last week. So I think, again, from a progressive and pacing perspective, it's been pretty good. So I need to work on her a little bit, and then also work on building some other characters. I really like Lady Midday. She's just cool. The damage that she does has been pretty good as well. Let me see. Scotty's been really good. I do like the freeze mechanic that gives you a little bit of crowd control and being able to control the battle. So that's been pretty fun as well. Isolde has been great from the very beginning. So I've been continuing to build her up. As far as some characters I like to pull, most of the characters I want to pull, I just want to pull because I think they're cool looking. But also, if I go down here, I'm a really big fan of Sun Wukong. I've always liked the character. I've always liked the art behind the character. But I really want to test this one out and see how well he does. He's got an amazing, let me go to his passive here. Place Immortal on this hero for 1 turn when receiving fatal damage for the first time. I think this is awesome. There's another character actually that places Immortal. She's a tank. I think she's a rare. She might be epic, but I've been testing her as well, just to kind of push like the harder content in the very beginning. But you can actually get his passive and put it on a weapon and then put that on another hero. I don't know that I would destroy a Sun Wukong for that, but, you know, maybe if I got, like, multiple legendary Sun Wukongs. But then again, you want to use their dupes to awaken them, to strengthen them. So, I don't know. He's cool. Tian Long here, I think, is really cool. I want to be able to play around with this character. All these characters are all legendaries that I want to play around with. But I have horrible, it doesn't matter which game I play, I have horrible luck when it comes to pulling legendary characters. Another one, I'm a huge King Arthur fan as well. So King Arthur, Morgan Le Fay, you do get Morrigan as you work through the missions. So really looking forward to testing her out as well. And then let me see, there's one more in here. Oh, she just looks cool. Hell looks really cool. I don't even know what her kit does. She just looks cool. I want to be able to test her out. We did some attack with some curse. More attack with some more curse. We've got Shade. What does Shade do? Permanently removes the hero from ally team control. Shade cannot be targeted or take turns and will join the caster's basic attacks. When the caster is defeated, all Shade are defeated and Shade is removed. I want to see that in action. I don't know anybody who has Hell. If you have Hell, show me what she could do, because that looks really cool. Anyway, so those are a few characters. I thought they were pretty cool. All right, let's talk about a couple things. Just a couple of things that I would suggest for improvement. Something I'd like to see. Again, I did put that review video out. There's a lot that I discussed in there, so these are going to be different from what I covered in the video. But both of them just has to do with the food mechanic. In the game. I think what would be cool is, as far as summoning goes, if there was an option to auto unbind your commons and your uncommons. I think all of us are unbinding our commons and uncommons anyway for the most part, so that we can use them to level up other heroes. But then along with that, the second part to that would be, it would be cool if we could rank up our spirits. So we can go ahead and do the auto unbind, and that just fills our bags full of spirits. We're going to selectively unbind our rares, right? Probably, unless we really don't like an epic, probably not touch those too much. But it would be nice, because at one point I had hundreds of these, right? These 1-stars. And if you auto unbind, you're going to have a ton of them. If we could just rank up these spirits, I think that would be really cool. I don't know what your thoughts are. Y'all let me know in the comment section below. But I think those two things, when it comes to the food mechanic, I think that would help with quality of life and efficiency there. I don't know what plans they have to improve that. Again, I know that they had mentioned that, so I don't know what's on the table. But I think that right there would be kind of cool. Just an auto unbind. You can select it or unselect it if you want. You know, player control there. And then being able to rank up the spirits, I think would be cool as well. But those are my thoughts. That's my first week in the game. Having a lot of fun. I feel like I've made a ton of progress. Can't wait to see what it looks like at the end of week 2. But that's what I had for you, everybody. Very curious on your thoughts. What do you think about the game and what you've seen so far? Or if you're playing the game, what do you like about it? If you're not playing the game and you're kind of just waiting, sitting back and waiting, what do you see in the game that really makes you want to jump in and check the game out? What excites you about the game? It'd be really cool to hear about that. All right, everybody, that's what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.